Welcome to all. We are just beginning the second seminar of our show. This seminar is by Mr. Zafer Bozdag. He has come from Turkey. Mr. Bozdag has been associated with denim industry for last more than 25 years actually. He's worked with different companies in Turkey and overseas, and he specializes as he's a chemical engineer who is specializing in fabric finishing, product development and other things. Mr. Zafer Bozdag.
Hello to everybody. I try to share something about my idea and the short history of the last 20 years in the denim industry. What is the denim? What was the denim? What is the denim now? I try to explain shortly. Name of the city in the French. Serge is the name of the Tivels in the French. Was converted in the time as the denim. You know, everybody is this. At the beginning, denim was used as a workwear. Okay. There are more than one stories about the jeans. Jeans names. Most popular is a kind of the pants worn by the sailors from Genoa. Genoa is a city from the Italy. At the beginning, jeans has called the waist overall. At the beginning, the Levi's also used this name. Levi's was founded 1873, but there are some jeans before the Levi's also. Important things in the Levi's, the riveted things, denims, the 5-pocket riveted denims. Okay. At the same period, some brands established in USA. The first one, Kent Boston by Rosser Hanneman, 1851, before the Levi's. But nobody have a little bit the history of the denims. Is a book. I will show the pictures later. Okay. Second is the Levi's by Levi Strauss, 1873. Third, Carhartt by Hamilton Carhartt, 1844. And the Oshkosh Bigosh is the also. It's also very old, 1895. Boss of the Rolls, pre-1900. Hudson Jeans, 1904. And the Lee by the Lee Mercantile Company, 1911, and the Wrangler, 90, the biggest brands in the world. But something have started to change at the 70s. Japan has loved the denim too much, and then they tried to establish new things. And also Italians started to touch the denim, especially the Genius Group by the founded Adriano Goldschmidt. Adriano Goldschmidt is very important name in the denim history after the 1970. All changes the looks, old looks, vintage looks created at the beginnings by the Italian guys. Later, the denim producers at the end of the 80s. Three main denim producers. Amos Cake, one of the biggest textile company. First time Levi's have produced by Amos Cake. And Erwan, and important one is the Conmills. Conmills is the very famous, the 501 fabric producers till to the 2000s. They have an agreement between Levi's and Conmills. Only Levi's buy the fabric for 501 Conmills, and Conmills only produce for the Levi's. There is an agreement by shaking hand, no written anything. Nearly 100 years. It's very, very important in this denim industry. But beginning of the 2000s, something have changed there because Con has had a lot of problems, financial problems and some things, and gone out of the production. Most of them, not all, but now reborn again. and the Orta and the ISCO produce for the 501. Maybe the other companies also have support 501, but the rules have valid till to the 2000 for the 501. 501 very important in the denim history. But I don't want to talk about too much the 501. You can find a lot of stories in the web, you know. The brands before the 90s: Levi's, Lee Wrangler, Rifle, Calvin Klein, and yes, maybe you can add some one to more brands, but most of the market have shared these brands. And something has started to change after the 1990. But starting to change mid of the 70s, Adriano has established the Genius Group, and Genius Group produced the Ripley and Diesel. Ripley and Diesel have come to strong to the market mid of the 80s. Okay, newcomers to the denim markets between late 80s and the mid 90s: Diesel, Ripley, G-Star, Gap, Tommy Hilfiger. Maybe you can add something also, but these are the very important. They forced to do big brands: Lee, Wrangler, Levi's, and the Rifle. You know, no more Rifle in market now. But at the beginning of the 90s, very important brand in Europe. What was the denim 20 years before? 20 years before, denim weight is very heavy. You know, 14 ounce denim used in generally for pants. Maybe in the market, 90% is produced 14 ounce denim. And the 11 ounce maybe for jacket and 3x1 ring open hand and open hand. In general is Z-tivel, sometimes the S-tivel, but in general Z-tivel. You know very well maybe the Z and the S-tivel. If you if you spin to the Z direction, if you use the S-tivel, you can get a little bit the soft fabric. But at the beginning of 90s, nobody doesn't like to do soft fabric. Till to 2000, you cannot show anything the S-tivel to the Levi's. They haven't used till to the 2000 this type of fabric. Also, they haven't used till to the 2000 less than 14 ounce in the pants. But now, you know how much percent is the 14 ounce in the denims. Change a lot in the weight and construction. And the jacket and overall carpenters have produced from 11 ounce 2x1 fabric. But now, no more the 2x1 fabric in the market. These are the general rules of the denims nearly 100 years. Shirting, 3/4 ounce. It's the 2x1 Z-tivels. It's the produced Western shirts. Also, one more very light fabric, the chambray. 1x1 indigo dyed. Indigo yarn have started to use a lot of the non-denim producers. But they have close to the denim too much. But denim also close to the other sides. You know, the colors, coating, and some different finishing. Have traded like to do sportwear fabrics, but you got sportwear fabric, the raw fabric, and denims used as a base fabric. Over-dyeing, coating, some different finishings, and add something on the, not something, more things in the laundering stage. Laundering stage is another story. But they affect each other's last 20 years. At the beginning, laundry touched to the denim too much, and then the fabric affected by the laundries, and then create the new things, close each other's. Now nobody doesn't care without wash the fabrics. You cannot show to the fabric, present the fabric without wash. Nobody have given interest without wash denims. Also, they need some design now, not only to producing fabrics, also your design and presentation skills is very important as a denim producers. There is no boundary. We try to explain between now you can see some fabric also trials in the home textile, but it's some difficulties from nature of the indigo. But the wash, also vintage look, have strongly come to the home textile. Since 25 years, the carpet makers, handmade carpet makers, have produced very nice carpets. There are some carpet producer is also in Bangladesh. Very nice washed carpets, vintage look washed carpets. Innovation and denim products process in last 20 years. What was the innovations the last 20 years? Because so many things have changed in the last 20 years in the denim industry. According to me, added a lot the colors to the indigo. Japan has started these things. Sometimes they put to 30 bucks very dark, pure indigo colors. And now there are some 14 bucks indigo dyeing machines. Also 10 bucks is a standards now, but 20 years before the maximum 8 bucks. All the indigo machines is that nobody doesn't demands to dark indigos. Slabs and multi-count spinning have come in the market strongly at the beginning of the 1990s. But after the second part of the 1990s, it's maybe standards all the producers. Liquid ammonia process used by the Nishimbo in 1997. I remember this ones, maybe a little bit early, but I met first time the process, the liquid ammonia fabrics. What was the effect of liquid ammonia on the fabric? You see, we remember all of us some marbling effect is a very vintage and old fabrics. It's not true. It's not true. Why? Marbling effect have seen after the laundering, industrial laundering. But before the 1980s, no industrial laundering. Industrial laundering has started the end of the 70s, but very rare. The standards after the 1985. Enzyme using also started the end of the 1980s. Why the people need to the liquid ammonia applications? The people, especially the Japan, has tried to copy the 60s, very nice, the vintage second-hand garments. Levi's 501 and some Lee Z101 and something. But these fabrics looks very flat, no marbling, no marbling. Marbling, why it's not the marbling? No surprising maybe at this stage or the very rare to use. But no also home laundry. In these days, no washing machine. People wash their jeans by hand and then dry under the sun, not in the drying machines. Drying machines. Create to do the marbling by the laundering. These days. But if you apply to the liquid ammonia, you got the inner tension of the weft and the warp. and it gives a very flat look, very flat looks. And in these days, liquid ammonia is very expensive and a lot of things. We are trying to put the new fabrics for the big brands. Their demand is too high. We have told about also to investment of liquid ammonia, but at the same time we have done something applied to the fabric. We put the fabric in the mercerizing. We got the flat looks as the same, not exactly the same, but similar. What is the difference between the flat look? In liquid ammonia, you the same. Also liquid ammonia more softer against to the mercerizing. Mercerizing goes to the fabric, generally the gray sides. Gray sides. Also, you wash too much and then get out of some dye stuff on the surface. Maybe if you apply to the same fabric, the mercerizing and the liquid ammonia, you will see liquid ammonia darker than the mercerizing. It means the washing difference, not to the others. But the soft is very nice. The brilliancy is better than against to the mercerizing. Nowadays, you know, the Orta have sold very well as a sustainable product because no water used after this process. Okay, but it's the very expensive investment. It's not easy to get back to the money from to the market. Okay, we have done in Turkey this process 1998, first time for the Levi's. We are copying the Nishimbo fabric exactly, but after 2000, it's the standard process all over the world, all over the world. But after 2000, something have occurred in the denim finishing. The mindset have changed a lot. One of the big Italian denim producers, boss, have given the direction to their teams. Try to all possible textile finishing on the denim. On the denim. At the same time, also another things have occurred in the garment sides. Spray resin on the garments. Change a lot onto the garments. Now you can see maybe half of the garments have used with the spray by the resin or some composition. You know, the people have called in general the resin, but a lot of the chemical mix each other. Each chemicals give the different looks. Also, the base fabric is very important. A lot of things have changed, and then the denim laundering is also have been very important business and the complex business. At the 20 years before, you can do 3-4 stone washing and maximum 2-3-4 the bleaching methods. No bleaching by hand, no by handmade vintage look works. But now the dyeing also have done on a lot in the denims. Okay. Also the Italian have Italian is very important in this business, but you know, most of the designers from Italy have visited minimum 2 times to Japan. They got something and transferred to Europe. And at the beginning of the mid of the 1990s, something have started in Japan and then transferred 1 year later to Europe and then the USA. But now at the same time everywhere, every place, because the internet have changed a lot of things, also the sharing the knowledge.